were the same ones as in Marquez's family photograph. Nico was examining the large wooden door. It was the lower half of a green, barefooted statue.
What is that?
It's an old statue. I think it might help to code the painting.
I'll take a look. Maybe I can help. This door's locked anyway.
The statue looked at home on the plinth.
What is this? A staircase. I never knew. We must go up. We don't have much time. Stairs. Always stairs.
Oh my God, look at this.
Georges? Georges! What's this? A piece of burnt paper with the word Wolfram. That sounds familiar.
Wolfram. I curse that name forever.
What do you know about Wolfram, Senor?
Wolfram. I spit on the name.
So you have lived here for a long time?
All my life. My father served here before me. In fact, he named me after Senor Xavier's favorite saint, Saint Ramon, patron saint of the falsely accused.
That's nice.
Not really. The Moors put a padlock through his mouth.
Oh, I see. Well, I guess there's a lesson there for all of us. What is Wolfram?
It was a mining company run by a murdering swine called Ganon. In the Civil War, they backed the fascists. In return, Ganon was given soldiers to do his dirty work. They came here, brought their bloody war to this house, and killed Senor Xavier.
They shot Xavier? Senor Marquez's father?
I was just a boy, but I remember like it was yesterday. Shot him and his friend Hernandez, like animals.
Why did they come here?
They were searching for something, but they brought death with them. But there is one thing I have never understood. Xavier tried to escape through the library. But the library windows are barred. It is a dead end.
This Kenan, who was he?
He was Swiss, a businessman, and a murdering swine.
So what did he want here?
I don't know. When he wasn't torturing the locals, he disappeared to the library. Spent weeks in there, making notes and studying maps. His men, they crossed the whole of Catalonia searching for something.
Did they find it?
Who knows? One day, Ganon just disappeared. He never came back. An accident, perhaps, in the mountains. May his soul rot in hell. The soldiers didn't stay long to search for him. They hated him too.
The name Genan was familiar. He was the person who had tried to buy La Maledicción. A coincidence? Perhaps.
There is no such thing as coincidence.
So, when the soldiers left, you took back the house?
Yes. A few years later I returned and cleaned the place up. It broke my heart. I locked the library. I could not bear to touch Ganon's papers.
Can I have a look at the library?
No, I have kept it locked to honor the memory of Senor Xavier.
Please, this is important.
I lost the key.
You lost it?
That evening when I locked it up, I drank to the memory of Senor Xavier. The cellars were well stocked, Senora. It was a long night. I hid the key, then forgot where I hid it, so it is lost. That was all that was left in the morning. I haven't touched a drop since.
I needed to find out what Ganon had been working on in that library. The old man was watching my every move. So, you have no idea what you did with the key?
All I remember is waking up in the old car.
George had always been good at disappearing acts. Eva looked ready to shoot anything that moved. A beautiful stained glass window had survived the attack so many years ago. According to the sundial, it was mid-afternoonish. The fountain had dried up long ago. Eva, I am glad your father is safe.
He's old and foolish. He shouldn't be here, but he wouldn't listen to me. I suppose he's still going on about that painting.
Well, yes. In fact, we decoded it.
You did?
Yes, we found a secret passage behind the fireplace.
What?
Your father and Georges went in.
What? That's ridiculous. He's an old man.
Don't worry, Georges knows what he's doing. So he always tells me anyway. I didn't think. Your father is looking very frail.
He's old, and he could do without people giving him the runaround chasing lost treasure.
Have you ever been inside the library?
No, I'm told it is locked.
The key is lost. Ramon says he hid it years ago and cannot remember where.
Shame.
Seen anything suspicious?
Apart from you and your American boyfriend, no.
He's not my boyfriend, you know.
Whatever.
Can you think of anywhere Ramon might have hidden the key?
What do you think I am, psychic?
Talk to you later. An old apple tree provided shade. Shame that the goat's rope wasn't long enough for him to enjoy it. Aren't goats cute? I do wonder why Georges has such an aversion to these noble creatures. Hello, little one. The goat had been tethered. Seemed unnecessary. The gentle animal wouldn't have harmed a soul. A pile of old apples. Looked like the goat had been eating lots of them. A heap of old brandy bottles. Ramon must have been in the car on that night all those years ago. The old car must have sat there for decades. The inside of the car was in a bad state. The floor of the car was littered with keys from sardine cans. An old pair of shoes. In amongst the rubbish on the car floor was an old brandy bottle. The dashboard seemed intact, but this old family car would never drive again. A 5T71. Extraordinary. In amongst the mess was an old book. I picked up what looked like an old diary. It was Ramon's. The library will forever be a shrine. No one will enter. I shall hide the key in a safe place. Once I've eaten. I have just what I need and know what to do. Oh, beautiful lady, your eyes are so blue. I just can't stop thinking of you. Ramon was quite the budding poet. Our lives are entwined like ivy on a tree. That is what you mean to me. Nice. Hey, I was reading that. Someone had been sleeping in the car, but long, long ago. An old and... Have you no respect for great art? Pretty indigestible, huh? The goat had been tethered. Aren't goats cute? No, that...
Yes?
Are you sure you can...
No.
Talk to you later. I just had a look at that old car in the garden. Looks like someone slept in it.
Me. When I returned, I couldn't bear the house at night. So, I slept in the car.
So, you have no idea what you did with the key?
All I remember is waking up in the old car.
No, that wouldn't be good. I needed to try something else. No, that... It was a nice idea, but wouldn't have worked. It was never going to work. An old pair of tin cans in amongst the rubbish. An old... The goat had been tethered. Aren't goats cute? That wouldn't happen. I needed... That wouldn't happen. The wind chime looked like it was made from old cans. I wondered if it was Ramon's handiwork. Despite the scrap components, the wind chime was beautiful. It was uncanny. Despite the scrap One old sardine can was bulging slightly. I fished around. There was something in it. And there it was, the key to the library. Do you know Eva well?
No, I only just met her. Senor Marquez brought her with him. They don't talk much, but she knows how to handle a gun.
I found your key.
I thought it was lost forever.
Do you want to be with me when I open the door?
No. Some things are better left in the past. And anyway, I must look out for Eva.
Ramon had been true to his word. This place was like a shrine. Books were still stacked neatly in the bookcase. More were scattered on the floor. The huge trunk in the corner looked interesting. Ramon was right. The window was barred. I wondered why Xavier Marquez had tried to escape through the library. The trunk contained someone's personal possessions, at a guess, Guénan's. I wondered what secrets they might hold. The hat looked battered and old. I wondered if it had belonged to the mysterious Guénan. A couple of old faded shirts, neatly folded. A pair of well-worn boots. The map had interesting markings and scribbles all over it. Georges would be so jealous.
So, what is this place, Senor?
It is my family's chapel.
It's not like any chapel I ever saw. Where's the altar, the crucifix, the Christian symbols? And this fresco, what's that?
How extraordinary. It tells a story. It depicts the journey of my ancestors, the Cathars, and their escape from the hilltop fortress of Montsegur with the Tabula Veritatis, from under the very noses of the soldiers of the Albigensian Crusade.
Whoa, wait a minute. Who are the Cathars? And what have they got to do with the tabula?
The Cathars were Gnostics. They lived in the south of France in the 12th century, at peace with the Jews and the Catholics of the Languedoc. They preach that men and women are equal, that God is within you, and that the Church is an obstacle to salvation. The Pope found their core beliefs abhorrent. The Cathars accused him and his Church of corruption. He condemned them as heretics. When the Pope learned that they were the guardians of the Tabula Veritatis, he conspired with the King of France and called for a holy war to wipe them out. The Albigensian Crusade was a callous, ruthless massacre. The final confrontation took place here at Montsegur in 1244. The Crusaders believed that they had slaughtered all the heretics. But a handful managed to escape with the tabula. They traveled south across the Pyrenees along secret trails. They brought the tabula here to Catalonia to be hidden once more. Sadly, it was not the end of their trials. The Spanish Inquisition saw to that. Nevertheless, for generations, my ancestors continued to guard the secret of the tabula. So, you understand why La Maledizio is important to me. It will lead us to the tabula again, so we can keep it safe from those who wish to abuse its power.
The painting brought us up here, Senor. We need to find out why. Marquez had had a spring in his step ever since we discovered the secret chapel. Senor Marquez?
Yes?
Did I ever mention Trevor?
The old cockroach in a matchbox trick, eh?
Oh, you know it.
It's nearly as old as ferret in the pants.
I'm getting out of touch. He wouldn't... Why was this room so well hidden?
After Monsegur, my ancestors were very careful about announcing their presence. Even I, as a boy, knew nothing of this place.
Maybe the fresco is important.
Perhaps it denotes a dark time in our history. But wait, there is something strange.
Go on.
Each of the escaping Cathars is carrying a tabula.
But you said there's only one tabula.
That is right. So, why would they paint this lie?
Maybe to hide the real destination?
Of course, and only a Gnostic would know the right one.
So you say the Cathars are Gnostics?
The Cathars were a medieval religious movement based on Gnosticism. Nowadays, we simply call ourselves Gnostics.
So the tabula is the key to the power of God?
Yes, it is an object of tremendous power.
Wow. This Albigensian crusade sure must have been a bloody affair.
Few were spared. But it was only one episode in 2 millennia of persecution.
It was a candelabrum holding a single candle. Just what this place needed. Bit of mood lighting. If only I had a few scatter cushions. The fresco deserved a proper examination. The fresco was surrounded by dusty inscriptions. My Latin was a little rusty, but I could still translate. Ex igne puritas, from fire, purity. Ex luce veritas, from light, truth. Ex labore sapientia, from struggle, knowledge. Cathars, fleeing across the Pyrenees to escape the slaughter of the Albigensian crusade. They seemed to be carrying something. A town of northern Catalonia. Cathars, fleeing across the Pyrenees to escape the slaughter of the Albigensian crusade. They seemed to be carrying something. Cathars, fleeing across the Pyrenees to escape the slaughter of the Albigensian crusade. They seemed to be carrying something. a town of northern Catalonia. Cathars, fleeing across the Pyrenees, they seemed a town of northern It was a large marble statue of an old man with a beard. The statue held aloft a colored glass lens. These statues,
What of them?
they're just like the figures in the painting and on the fireplace.
Indeed, they are the two pillars of the Gnostic faith in harmony. And the bearded one is Yahweh, Jehovah, God of the physical world. The other is known by many names. Hillel, Ishtar. He is the bearer of light, Luxfere, Lucifer.
Lucifer? So you guys are devil worshippers?
No. When he is in balance with Jehovah, Lucifer is the god of desire and ambition, driving humans to be inquisitive, to discover, to advance. Just as Jehovah, when he is in balance with Lucifer, is the god of order. Jehovah stands for selflessness and altruism. Gnostics worship the harmony of both gods in balance.
But what if one were to rule without the other?
If Jehovah ruled without Lucifer, then individuality would be surrendered. Mankind would be wholly conformist, mindlessly dependent, mere pawns of a controlling power.
And what if Lucifer ruled without Jehovah?
Ambition and desire would be transformed into unbridled greed, and man would lust only for wealth and power. Society would descend into chaos, disorder and war would prevail. Then Lucifer would be the devil indeed.
Light streamed through the window onto a lens. It was a glass wheel divided into 6 colors, and it looked like it could be rotated. Part of the lens was covered. The color changed from yellow to green. I needed a better idea. I removed the small leather cover to reveal a crude crystal lens. Colored light streamed through and shone onto the fresco. A town of North Cathars being burned at the stake. Knights of the Albigensian Crusade. The mountain fortress of Montsegur burning after its capture by the Crusaders. The first passage, and thus in this ritual we find succor. Clad in blue, the perfecti take the form of the spiritual and look towards the rising sun, toward the tree of knowledge. Clad in green, the credentes look the other way. I wonder. It was a glass wheel, part of the lens. The color changed from yellow to green. The color changed from green to turquoise. The color changed from turquoise to blue. Colored light from the rotating glass. It was a candelabra. The candle was lit. Colored light from the That wouldn't make any.
Amazing. The light is showing the path of the bonhomme.
The what?
The sacred trail my ancestors took across the Pyrenees, carrying the Tabula Veritatis from Montségur across the mountains to this town.
And which town is that?
I don't know. That I cannot answer. But its coat of arms is quite distinctive.
But how does it bring us closer to the tabula?
It tells us the route the tabula took 800 years ago.
I think that's all we're going to find up here.
You're right. We should return to the hall. Eva will be getting worried.
Okay, we found the route of the bonhomme trail. How does it help us?
It must somehow relate to the painting.
Papa, are you crazy? What are you doing?
I'm fine, don't fuss.
You got me out here to look after you, so let me do it. Ramon is outside keeping watch.
Georges, I'm glad you're safe. What did you find?
There's a secret chapel above the fireplace. But it's not your average everyday chapel. It's a Gnostic chapel. All laid out for worshiping not one god, but two.
What?
I'll tell you when we have more time.
You know, I found some things too, which might connect with all that. Come to the library. Oh, could you bring the painting? I think we're going to need it.
Eva said she didn't get along with her father, but she sure looked worried. Are you all right, Senor Marquez?
I am fine. Just winded, that's all.
Any idea what Nico might have found?
Parts of this house have been sealed off for a long time. You go. I will stay here.
You really had no idea that the Gnostic chapel was behind the fireplace, did you?
No, but the house is full of secrets.
Can you tell me any more about this trail of the bonhomme?
It was the secret route taken by my ancestors across the Pyrenees. The route that brought the tabula to Catalonia.
Eva?
Yes?
Let me know if there's anything I can do to help your father.
I will. Thanks.
What are you doing with La Maledizio?
Nico found something and asked me to bring the painting. I promised to take care of it.
Eva, go with him. Make sure the painting comes to no harm.
I should stay with you, Papa.
Don't worry about me. La Maledizio is more important.
Have you brought the painting?
Sure, why do you want it?
Because I found out what Genon was up to.
The Gainan who tried to buy the painting from Medovsky?
No, Genon who led the fascists here during the Civil War. Genon who then spent months here searching for something. And who vanished one day, leaving that trunk full of goodies over there.
You think he's connected to the Gainan who wrote the letter to Medovsky?
It seems likely that they were related.
Maybe. So what's the plan you've uncovered?
Take a look at this. It's Genon's map. He was searching for something.
Searching for what exactly?
The Tabula Veritatis, I guess.
You think he found it?
I doubt it. If he had, then people wouldn't still be chasing after the painting.
So why did you want me to bring it?
See this scribble in the sea?
It's the same shape as the circles around the Ouroboros.
Yes. Genon thought that pattern in the painting had something to do with a map of Catalonia.
So, I guess we try to finish what Gainan started. I'd put money on those circles around the Ouroboros being places in Catalonia.
But which places?
Maybe the painting can give us some more clues. There was a tower within the ring. Inside the ring was what looked like an affluent town. If the fresco was to be believed, the town in that ring was at the southern end of the Trail of the Bonzone. But which one? The ring depicted some kind of castle gate. Positioned in the light cast by Lucifer and Jehovah, it had to connect to the Trail of the Bonzone. There was a tower within the ring. A scarred face. If the fresco was to be believed, the town in that ring, but which one? Inside the ring was what looked... Nico looked as... The window looked out onto a small courtyard. It had a grille of solid iron bars. A pair of worn-out boots lay... I had no desire to take the old boots. A small piece of oilcloth was folded neatly inside the trunk. I removed the oilcloth from the chest. The blanket was made from rough old military wool. I picked up the blanket. There was nothing underneath it. I had no desire. It was a well-worn hat. I lifted the hat out of the chest. There was a folded shirt. There was something tucked beneath the shirt. There was a small folded piece of paper in the chest. I picked up the folded note. It was a telegram. There was nothing under... I put everything back in the chest. The ring positioned in the light cast by Lucifer and Jehovah, it had to connect to the trail of the Bonzom. The coat of arms was, it read Berga. The coat of arms was exactly the same as the one depicted on the fresco. It read Berga. The map had to be the key. This was one of the locations highlighted on the fresco.
And this was the starting point of the journey of the Bonan, the good man, the Cathars, right?
So, the coat of arms on the fresco pointed us towards Berga.
Then it must be important.
2 locations down. If the vignettes on the painting were anything to go by, I needed to find 2 more. I wasn't sure that I had all the information I needed to pinpoint the important location. I deciphered the telegram. The Tabula Veritatis was smuggled out of Montsegur to Catalonia by a group of Cathar survivors. I have confirmed this from confessions extracted by the Dominican Inquisitor Emmerich of Girona. It was signed Wolfram. Time to take another. It depicted the town of Berga on the trail of the Bonzon. The castle gate signified the mountain fortress of Montsegur. It depicted the town of Berga. Inside the ring was what looked like an affluent town. There was a tower within the ring. There was a tower within the ring. Hey, Nick.
Yes,
Any idea?
maybe we should try and work out which places on the map Lem.
The second passage read, "And all shall know that the light of knowledge is blue, and that the light of life is green. For thus was the light of Eden, both blue and green, intertwined with the light of man to become pure." Knowledge is blue and life is green. Well, that was good to know. I wondered what color was the light of man. The tabula. I have confirmed this from confessions extracted by the Dominican Inquisitor. It was signed the map. The Dominican monk Emmerich was from Girona, the dog-headed priest on the painting. I'd found 3 locations. Now I had to track down the last one. The village of San Ramon.
Saint Ramon. Ramon told me he was named after a Saint Ramon.
There's also a saint on the painting.
Let me guess, he has a hefty padlock through his lips?
I could see a pattern emerging. The locations had formed an odd cross shape, similar to the layout of the orbs depicted on the painting. This is the center point of the cross, so the tabula must be here. Montserrat. It has to be Montserrat. The question is, what's Montserrat?
It's a monastery in the mountains, quite a tourist spot. But there's something else. I think it used to be a Gnostic refuge, hundreds of years ago.
Bravo, my friend.
Dovsky?
No, Langham.
No, it's Genan, isn't it?
Very good, Miss Collard.
So, what happened to the real Langham?
He went for a long swim in the Seine. Now, I was expecting to have to rip this place apart and retrace my grandfather's steps, but I do believe you have saved me quite a lot of work. The tabula is at Montserrat. Who would have thought it? The old man will be coming with me.
No, please, take me instead. He doesn't know anything.
And you do? I think not.
But he is old.
Eva, hold your peace, child.
You can't do this.
Oh, but I can. I will. Man is weak, servile, controlled. He must be freed from all constraints, free to fulfill his desires.
And you plan to raise the devil to achieve that?
Not the devil. Lucifer. Now, if you don't mind, we have a long journey ahead of us. Come on. They can rot in there.
We have to get out of here now. I assume that lunatic is as dangerous as he looks.
I'm afraid so, Eva. I think he's killed before.
You know, Nico, we were chasing Medovsky, but all along, we were really up against Ganon's grandson. Nico was very quiet. Eva was surprisingly cool and determined. Hey, Nico.
Yes, George?
What do we do now?
I'm trying to think, George. There's got to be a way out of here.
Try not to worry about your father. Ganon did say that he needed him.
And when he finds that he no longer needs him, what then?
For now, Eva, we need to focus on getting out of here.
Look, daylight.
That doesn't make any sense.
It's a false door, Nico.
So that's why Marquez's father tried to escape through here. He didn't have time to open the false door.
The bullet holes were letting beams of... Aha!
Great work, George. Come on, Eva, let's go.
We need to rescue your father and stop Langham before he gets the tabula. Eva, I think you'd better stay here.
Are you kidding? You'll need me, especially if there's a fight.
Eva, it'll be very dangerous.
Signora, you do not understand. It is my duty.
Okay. We'd better check up on Ramon first.
Sure. Then we will go and kick some ass.
Couldn't have put it better myself. Montserrat was way up in the mountains, a major tourist destination. But we went there as tourists. We had an old man to rescue and an ancient tablet to find. And standing in our way was a cold-blooded killer. Why would the tabula be hidden up here of all places?
For hundreds of years, the mountain has been kind of a sanctuary. There's an old Benedictine monastery up the hill.
Well, I guess that's where we need to start looking.
Wow, it's empty. Where is everyone?
This place is normally full of tourists.
I don't like the look of this one bit.
At least it's not monks with guns.
Don't even go there, Nico. Time to bring out the dumb tourist.
It's a role you were born to play, Georges.
Nico, in a scrape like this, you wouldn't want anyone else. The place is deserted. What happened to all the tourists?
There's something funny going on.
Eva looked very determined. I was glad she was on my side. No way those guys are normal guards.
They're carrying guns.
I know. There's something strange going on. The steps were blocked off by Langham's thugs. It was impossible to get through that way. He didn't look like he was there to help the tourists.
Hi there, buddy.
Sorry, we got a virus loose. Whole place is locked down. Take a hike, pal.
Howdy, fella.
Sorry, pal. Monastery's closed. Till further notice.
Oh, gee, well, ain't that just my luck?
Yeah, ain't it?
And my two pretty sisters here are so looking forward to seeing the monastery.
Life's full of disappointments.
Sure seems that way. And the monastery's definitely up there, huh?
It is, but it'll still be there tomorrow.
Oh, we fly back to Austin tonight.
Well, isn't that a shame?
So why's the place closed?
VIP visitors.
Wow, that's exciting. Which VIPs?
A foreign prince.
The Prince of where?
Yeah, that's the one.
Wow!
So we can't let normal folk in.
Oh, of course not. No, not if the Prince of where is there. Did you tell the prince about the virus?
What?
Your buddy said there was a virus. Did you warn the prince?
Well, there's no need. He's, immune.
Oh, of course. Stupid me. Everybody knows that.
Time for you to go, pal.
I guess it is. You have a nice day now.
And you.
Howdy. Is this the way up to the monastery?
Yeah, but it's shut. No one allowed in. The monks they're on strike.
Wow. What happened? Someone make 'em work ungodly hours?
Nah, I don't think that was the problem.
But why was the prince allowed in then?
I don't know. Stop asking me questions.
We're moving away from the monastery.
Yes, but with those goons in the way, we have to find a different approach.
Maybe there's some other way around, via the cable car station?
Or at least someone in there can tell us what's going on. Someone's coming out. Quick, we need to hide. I think it's Langham.
Block everything off. Lock the whole place down, understand? The tabula's got to be up in the monastery. I'm sure of it. Come on.
Yes, boss.
Close all the routes up to the monastery, and then make the old man talk.
Yes, boss.
This time, don't be so gentle with him.
Did you hear that? They haven't found it yet, but Senor Marquez must be in a bad way.
Listen, I have to follow those bastardos. I might be able to slip through on my own.
Sure. We'll see if we can find another way up. You think she'll be okay?
Eva can handle herself.